Prior to that, in May of 2011, David Lowe, a retired minister in my church, went to the Chronicle office and talked to the reporter there about James Hudson Taylor and what a famous man he was, and that he actually lived and was born and lived in Barnsley. And it was near the date of his birth, the 21st of May. This article was published in the local paper, and David then came to me and asked if I could progress it so that we could get together a group of like-minded people who would raise a monument to James Hudson Taylor in this town. I then decided that I would invite a number of people from different denominations to come and meet who had an interest in James Hudson Taylor and talk about how we were going to proceed. And that meeting took place in this church on the 26th of August 2011. The trail came about because I had been reading the life of James Hudson Taylor and his family, and I thought it would be a good idea. This was given to me by the Lord, by the way. It would be a good idea to have some history regarding his family before he went to China. And we developed the trail, which contains 14 locations. The trail, as I said, is fascinating when you read of this person's family life, because from the time of his great-grandfather, who gave his life to the Lord on the day he was married, every child down through the line has remained faithful to the Lord. And I think that is a fascinating testimony to a family.
So this was the main dance floor, but it was a horrible stage. It took us 77 days from getting the keys to having our first meeting, and that was members of the congregation working Saturdays, every evening of the week, because they just got a vision for it, could see what God could do. We really are praying that we're here, street passing out on the street. You know, our prayer is that that place closes, but we'd love that to become somewhere beautiful. Wellington Street that we're on, for 200 years, Wellington Street in Barnsley has had a bad reputation. It's always been the centre of drinking and fighting and nightlife, and it still is. When our original building was built, back in 1820, they were told, don't build a church near Wellington Street because it's too dangerous and nobody's interested in God down there. Well, they had the vision to build a church down there, and 200 years later, people still say, you can't do church in that part of town. Well, you know what, I think it's time that the church claim back the town. And I'd love to see Wellington Street being famous, not for its drinking and its trouble, but being famous for that's where you meet the Lord, that's the centre of life in the town. So that's our prayer. But God's good. There's a lot happening in the churches in the town. St George's, there's a lot happening with Iranian people being saved. Gateway Church with the homeless and the addicts, transforming their lives. There's so much happening in different congregations. So we're in a good season with God. Which for Barnsley is a bit special.
Lord, we pray that you'll give us the words to say, the wisdom, and lead us to where you want us to be, Lord. We
sure will. That she sobers up. Maybe street pastors can give her a bottle of water.